Now the word raven means to tear into pieces, or basically to like a wolf, or to utterance. Meaning Benjamin, before certain things would happen, they'd always sing about it in reggae music. They'd always speak about Babylon being destroyed by fire. If you look at the certain music, not the music they're doing now, it's all bashing, it's all sex. But the old tunes, the old tunes, you always talk about the Most High, Babylon, okay? Even the Israelites, like Desmond Decker spoke about the Israelites, okay? But you always spoke about things that's really in the Bible. You always, like a wolf would howl before he comes after the prey. You always hear the sounding of, or you always hear the sounding of them coming before it actually go down. Right. So Benjamin shall raven as a wolf on a spiritual level. That's how we know that Benjamin must be the West India. But now this is now Genesis. This is now talking about Judah, because I want you to see the contrast between how that's got to be Judah and this has got to be that has to be Benjamin. Okay, this is Genesis 49 verse 8. Judah, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise. Thy hand shall be in the neck of thine enemies. Thy father's children shall bow down before thee. Now our elders brought this down back in the early, was it 1980s or 1970s?
The mid 1980s.
Yeah, they said that Judah's hand shall be in the neck of thine enemies, because in this race war, it's already started pretty much now, but it's in the race wars that's coming in the time to come. It's mainly the so-called blacks. We're going to be the ones overcoming the so-called rednecks or Edomites in the race wars to come, and that's in the Americas. And obviously so-called white people, they don't live in the West Indian Islands predominantly, they live in the Americas or in England. So obviously Judah must be speaking about the ones in America or the ones in England now.
It's Judah, because the thing with Judah's the head tribe, as we all can agree on. And Judah's gonna come on. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this now, in a sense, I will say that Judah, okay, you have Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. This is actually the house of Judah. And then you have the house of Ephraim, which is the, the Native American tribes, the South Central American tribes. So in that case, but particularly from the tribe of Benjamin, that's what we come from.
Right. This is, Judah is a lion's whelp. From the prey, my son, thou art gone up. He stooped down, he crouched as a lion, and as an old lion, who shall rouse him up? Because right now, as the top three tribes, right, we're kind of beaten down in the spirit. We're kind of we're worn out right now. We're like an old lion, but who's gonna rouse us up? Because right now we're begging peace from Esau. Like if you look at them, that kind of, it's kind of like a race kind of war. You know, them Ku Klux Klan and them Nazis. It was on the news. And if you saw, you had certain black men begging peace from Esau. So we're being beaten down in the spirit. We're tired, man. But who's gonna rouse us up? Who's the prey? The prey is our enemies, man.
All of the other nations.
Other nations.
So from your teachings, you don't see the tribe of your nation by their land on this planet. You don't see
No. That's how the rest. Because this is about lineage, bloodline lineage, your genealogy, who your forefathers, your father's father, going all the way back to your forefathers going back to a man called Yahawada, a man called Banyamyon, a man called Levi, and then this goes on. But these are the 12 sons.
I know the tribes
of Yasha'Allah.
What's that?
You have a different approach to how we come to our
because that's the month.
I think you respect the protection and guidance.
You're the old
teachings and your drawing.
We're trying to bring you to this, but let's
you can't do that because as a Rastaman, this actual
your ancestors were Rastafarians.
No, listen good. That's something that I don't care what uniform we all need to learn. Reason. The 12 tribes is one form of Rasta. Say you, one form of Rasta. All. But you see these months here, we have a different reasoning of continent. By the nature, you say genealogy, yeah. But if everything is everything, we also come from a certain stone. Come from a certain shear that you must be because it comes from a certain tribe. And we check it from a different reason. Now, not all Ras have it. All Ras, this is how you use that Bible, and you can pick how much fingers and toes to set up a denomination. Use that. So I can see from the heart, you're trying to draw in your people. I say guidance and I take shot. That's true.
Let me say something. There was a Portuguese map. If I had the book, I'd show you.
Magellan.
I don't know.
Magellan is the trade. Portuguese are the first people in the European sense to start their trade in Africa. This time before Egypt.
Right.
But not true.
A man called Emmanuel Bowen, I believe it was in 1700s, if I'm not mistaken. He made basically a map of West Africa. It was called Guinea. Yeah. And he had the slave coast there. He mapped it all out. And he put Fort Judah there, or Kingdom of Judah, or Portuguese would call it Wider, or Ayudo, or something like that. Because he knew that the people of that West Africa, that part of West Africa, were Judah. They knew that they were Judah. Like my father is Nigerian. We know in Benue, Nigeria, that we're the Israelites. We know that.
You know, Igbo said the same thing.
Right, yeah.
You said Nigeria, are you Igbo?
Idoma, which is basically where they live.
Igbo said the same thing. They're one of the lost tribes.
Right. Yeah, but we know we're Judah.
Portuguese man to tell me what kind of location my people were from.
No, he got that from us.
Yeah.
He got that from us. But what I'm trying to say to you is that this is not a 12-month thing. This is a bloodline thing.
No.
The Judah
is not for month thing. It's not supposed to. That's only Ashkenazi approach.
But you said something about the Rastafarian.
Yeah, but you said month. You used the word month. I said when you land.
You didn't say that. You didn't say the last
one. I said. So I didn't touch the month. That is Ashkenazi approach. What I'm saying is, we're by the nature of how you land, the nature of how the stone, the nature of the characteristics, that is the reason why you can't do it. So even if you land, you will find, just look at someone and after a while you say, that's Judah. Because you see the characteristics and you can walk up to them, not because of a month, but because they have nature of heart, mouth. There's certain characteristics about it. Levi have certain characteristics about it. Judah have certain characteristics about it.
But where do you get that knowledge from? Where do you get that?
Well, you get it from, clean of the people like you have there, or you can get it from what we call Naya Bing.
The clean of arms? You said that?
Naya Bing.
He said that I have something.
Huh?
You said that I have something.
You say what you have here in your hand.
This.
It's the book of life we're referring to, right?
Yeah, the book of life.
So from that you see, because remember, it has been tampered. So
No. Well, okay. That's what they say.
They played around
Okay.
with that book to make sure to this day, many of us our people, our elders, and some of the people today are in zombie land.
But you have to make mention where, because that's a whole statement says it's been tampered. You have to provide the proof. Where it's been tampered.
The proof is.
I don't want to go off into
this. This is reason. No argument. No argument. I can look at my people and see my people scorn my own people because they've got church, just worship and blue eyed Jesus. Never know there's something evil that's been put here. Because they're using reference to the book to do that, to make that spell work. And it is a spell. It's a spell, because word, sound, and power
But you see, all of that.
Many of our people are using to actually put down our own. A liar, if I lie to them, I'm a liar.
Okay, that's
That's
okay.
what me see since the land of this planet.
Okay, that's true. That's true to an extent. What we're trying to say is, what they taught our people was not in the Bible. What they taught our people, that was their own lives basically. Right. You see, now we're not. When you go inside the Bible, there's no scripture or verse that said that the Lord had granted him be wise. But there is scriptures that say that he looked like that though.
Yeah.
So obviously, what they taught us was not in the Bible. What they taught us that was their own, that was their religion. You know what I'm trying to say? But now we're coming out with the truth.
So you follow the New Testament as well?
Both. We
So,
got the whole
so
thing.
when the parts where justice contradicts some of the laws of Moses, how do you...
Say that again, sir.
Well, there's sometimes when it shows on Sabbath day, you have to look after your sheep.
Right.
Yeah? Is that not so?
Yeah.
And that is a contradiction to the Moses law. He shows why he contradicts. What part of it? This is the script. What is your views of Paul? What is your views of Paul's works? Because we have a major issue with that amongst our teachings.
So
Especially the fact that one, we never even see the man.
we never
You know
saw.
what though? Can I say one thing? Well, you can say that, right? But we never seen Jeremiah. We've never seen Isaiah. So we can use that same statement.
True.
You know what I mean?
True.
But that's cool. But the thing about it is that when you understand the Bible, right? And you read the Old Testament and the New Testament, they're one and the same. You know why I say that? Because in the New Testament, Paul went to the Gentiles. Now this is where everybody gets it twisted. Everybody thinks that Paul himself, well, really the gospel, should I say, went to all the other nations, but it didn't go. It stopped going to Israel. I tell you what, Baba Kushab, you can give me Romans 11, Baba Kushab, Romans 11:1. Because the thing with the brother's saying, which is true, the thing with the Christians, the way they got it wrong is because they read the New Testament and they read scriptures concerning the Gentiles, and they think that that's talking about all the other nations, but it's not. It's only talking about these people. They're going.
Romans 11 verse 1. I say then, have the Most High cast away his people?
No.
God forbid.
Yeah.
For I also am an Israelite of the seed of Abraham.
And that's what Paul said, because when you read the Old Testament, all throughout the Old Testament, it's always about the Israelites. This, the Israelites, that. So Paul is saying, look, have God cast away his people? Read that verse again, the whole verse.
I say then, have the Most High cast away his people?
Which are the Israelites, go on.
God forbid.
God forbid, go on.
For I also am an Israelite
Right.
of the seed of Abraham, of the tribe of Benjamin.
The same tribe you come from. Paul was of the tribe of Benjamin, of the nation of Israel. So Paul wasn't forsaken. Okay, go on.
Most High have not cast away his people, which he foreknew. What the scripture saith of Elias,
Right.
how he maketh intercession to the Most High against Israel,
Correct.
saying, Lord, they have killed thy prophets and dig down thine altars, and I am left alone, and they seek my life. But what saith the answer of the Most High unto
But you
him?
know, though, that's going into something else.
Right.
If you can, Baba Kushar, and I'm going to give it back to you, give me 1 Corinthians 12, where it speaks about who Paul's brethren were.
Right,
you understand?
right,
Because you have to understand, the Gentiles that you read in the New Testament, the Gentiles were referring to Israelites that were scattered abroad, that lost their heritage. Like, for example, when I didn't know I was an Israelite, I called myself a so-called African-American Negro, okay? Okay, and all our people, they're in a Gentile state of mind, because they don't know who they are. Go on. So I don't put you, so even to this very day, our people are still in that Gentile state of mind. Go on, bro.
1 Corinthians 12 verse 1.
Yeah.
Verse 2. Ye know that ye were Gentiles,
Right, ye know that ye were Gentiles. Why? Go on.
carried away unto these dumb idols,
Carried away unto these dumb idols. Go on.
even as ye were led.
Even as you were led. Like, for example, a lot of us are led to believe in Christmas, Easter, and all these different holidays. These are holidays of the so-called white man. All right? But now, so what does that say? That says nowadays we're in a Gentile fashion. But the people that Paul went to 2,000 years ago, the Israelites, they were in a Gentile fashion. They lost the fact that they were Hebrew Israelites. Excuse me. They lust of fat to keep the law, okay, to get circumcised, all of the things concerning the law. So it's just like our people today, they've forgotten the ways of being a Hebrew, okay?
This is...
I'm gonna have to duck this thing in now.
Alright, brother. Alright, brother. Yeah, I just wanted to come up. It's lucky. I just wanted to come in, let you know.
You see how Feds just came up and they were like this?
Yeah.
So they're right there. Feds. The booty bag. Why they come up here for? Why, see that pull up there? And they was looking at us. They were looking at us like, did you see that?
Yeah, I did see that.
And they were watching us. I'm thinking, why they come up here for? So that if someone call them and say, look, and that's a booty bag. That's a bag of them. So that's not an ordinary police car. So how come they come up here like that? How did no one say that we here?
That's right.
Did someone phone them and say, oh, they're saying this, that? No,
Someone probably phoned them up or something.
I don't think so. I think they know that we're out here. So and time is coming closer where they're gonna roll on us, man. These officers, man, because they keep on pushing out hate crimes and hate crimes, and in America they're demonizing hate crimes and
political correctness.
yeah, you know, like what's his name? Donald J. Trump try to demonize the Ku Klux Klan members and these Nazis people, you know, like he ain't one of them. He's all with it, man. But there's an agenda. They're trying to find a way to get rid of the Hebrew Israelites. But first before they get rid of somebody, you gotta demonize their image.
Right.
You gotta put their image down. If someone can get me the scripture of you shall be hated of all men's sake. You know? That's what I'm trying to say. That when shit is gonna get real, man. Shit is gonna get real.
And that's why you gotta be on point, man. In terms of your faith and all that.
And it's not about how much scriptures you know, because you might get mesmerized. Oh yeah, he knows bare scriptures. He's good, but that don't mean shit, man. I'm telling you, man. That's why lately brothers have been making videos about examining yourself, man.
There you go.
You know, there's been a lot of videos of brothers like leader, camp leaders, certain brothers that are camp leaders are making videos more often about examining yourself, man.
There you go. Absolutely.
Okay, and anybody man go ahead, just bring it out.
So what is it?
We shall be hated of all men for my name's sake. Time is gonna get raw. They're gonna run. Trust me. These police people, these militarized soldiers, they're gonna roll on the people. They're gonna roll on us as well, man. They're gonna roll on us. Go on.
So Matthew 24:8. All these are the beginning of sorrows. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake.
But there's another one, you should be hated of all men for my name's sake. There's that one, but that's a good one. In fact, read that again.
Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake.
So we're gonna be hated, man. Time's gonna come where we're gonna be hated. They're gonna demonize us. They're gonna put us. Go on.
Matthew 24, verse 9. It says, then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and you shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake.
Now that body man is still there, you know. Think why they there? They haven't come out. They're just sitting there.
Oh, there they are, right there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're just sitting there.
No, there's two officers standing right across there, next to the desk, speaking to somebody.
How they gonna try to?
Can you see them?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're speaking to somebody over there.
I'm about to say, I'm thinking, why they just there, like? They're not even coming out.
Yeah, there's two of them over there speaking to somebody.
But I'm just saying, brothers need to be alert, man. You need to examine yourself, and you need to really, really try and put yourself in it. That shit is gonna get real. They're gonna arrest you. They're gonna lay hands on you. They're gonna rough you up because I believe it.
Pick down your door.
Yeah, they're gonna bust your nose. Blood is gonna. Shit is gonna get real, man.
And you know too, they pass a law in America. The police or any form of, individuals that enforce the law, whether it be the military or the SWAT team, they can actually ramshack your door, enter into your house without a warrant. That's already been passed already.
Okay, where's that?
That's in America right now.
America. You see what I'm saying? So they're going past people's rights, man. They don't care fuck about people's rights and First Amendment and Second Amendment. They don't care. They're trying to get away with all that, man. Okay? Flipping I think it was Donald J. Trump. He said something about basically he's training the police saying, why are you being so nice to people when you arrest them? It's rough. Basically, he's trying to train the police to be more rough with their suspects, man. Okay, but they're suspects though. They've been suspected that you're innocent until proven guilty. So really, when you rough a person up, you ain't really going to be doing that much bodily damage to them if they're still considered innocent until proven guilty. There's no proven that they're guilty of anything. But Donald J. Trump, they're trying to push it. He's trying to push it where this rough the people up. Basically, because the people, they ain't shit in the eyes of the super elite. These governmental leaders, man. They ain't nothing but peons, man. They ain't nothing but sheep. Wait.
This 1 Corinthians 7 and
Read out all of the camera.
Go ahead, man.
1 Corinthians 7 and 29. But this I say, brethren, the time is short.
Your brethren, meaning not everybody, not every Israelite that's out here, man. If you want to say, oh yeah, we're still brothers too. No, I'm not, man. You're talking about brothers that's ready to die for one another, man. They're ready to die. And the scripture says, there's no greater love that a brother had that if he lays his life down for another. The way I see it, man, not to go off topic, but I can't roll with a guy that I can't see myself dying for, man. Risking my neck for. You don't want to be, don't be rolling with people in the world. I'm telling you, shit is gonna get real. If you're still rolling, if you're a guy that claims himself to be the truth, and you're still rolling with people that are in the world, then you ain't in the right frame of mind, man, for what's about to go down here, man. You're not readying yourself for the day of the Lord, man. All right. Literally, you have to separate yourself from the world, man. Those you brought that have a woman. The scripture says they that have wives be as though they had none, man. I'm telling you. You know what I'm trying to say?
It's just gonna get hectic out here, boy.
It's gonna be hectic, man. You know what I'm saying? These 45s, they'll roll on you. Like when they rolled up there, my heart started beating a little bit. I was like, oh, allow it, man. I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna lie. You know, we're still in the flesh. We're still in the flesh.
That's it.
We're still in the flesh, innit?
Because we're not tough guys. You know what I mean? We don't need to act like, because the scriptures say, I've seen you as sheep.
Sheep. You know, so the most I put a spirit of a sheep, a meek spirit, man. You know what I'm trying to say? Okay?
Alright, well, I've seen you among wolves and sheep.
No? With sheep, and a sheep looks humble, doesn't look intimidating. Like when you see a wolf, when you see a sheep, you ain't gonna be intimidated by a sheep, man. But if you saw a lion, and you motherfucker, you take your shit and run that way, you know what I'm saying, as fast as you can, man. So we're not lions yet, but the point is that, you know, we're in a time of examining yourself. The scriptures say, if you have any precepts, bring them out, man.
Let me finish this.
Go on, go ahead. Yeah, go on.
Corinthians 7 and 29. But this I say, brethren, the time is short. It remaineth that both they that have wives be as though they had none.
You hear that? So now, I know obviously we're in the flesh, like I said, man. So naturally you get tempted that you still have that natural. You might be saying fuck these bitches in your mind, but still in your natural instinct, your flesh, the fleshly lust is still to go after a fat ass when you see it, man. You know what I'm trying to say? But the main thing is to you gotta try and the scripture says to mortify your members, man. Mortify meaning you gotta you're dead in your senses, man. Dead in your fleshly senses, okay? And try and walk in the spirit, man. You're not in the flesh, okay? Because these people, all these people walking after the flesh, man. All of these people, You know, all these peons, man. Okay, but we're not like them. We separated ourselves from them. So therefore, we got to walk in a more spiritual manner, walking off the faith, man.
It's just to be sober-minded as well.
Sober-minded, man. Knowing the time, redeeming the time. Go ahead, man.
Verse 30, and they that weep as though they weep not, and they that rejoice as though they rejoice not.
Exactly, not in the time of motherfucking rejoicing. Not in the time of rejoicing, man. Okay? Go ahead, man.
And they that buy as though they possess not.
Though that they that buy as though they possess not. But obviously, naturally, you're gonna buy something. I mean, we have liberty, right? So you're gonna buy, you know, maybe, a watch you think might look nice. You know what I'm saying? Or a pair of shoes. But when you buy it, you gotta be in the right frame of mind. When you buy that shit, you gotta think to yourself, even though I'm buying it, yeah, I know it ain't gonna mean shit when that day comes, man. Don't be all into have your mind set up on your goods. That there was a man that had plenty of goods, then he spent his garner and said, yeah, where should I'm gonna put my goods in this one place. The Lord said, thou fool, this day your life shall be required of you. You know, don't have your mind set up on your goods, man. You know what I'm trying to say? Your mind should always be thinking about the opposite, man. The day of adversity, the time of affliction. Okay, let me read this. In fact, if any of you brothers, could you get Sirach chapter 18, verse 20?
Yeah, I'm looking for this precept, you know.
Sirach 17 and 20.
18, verse 20.
Because I mean, when you start seeing those missiles come down, you're not going to be thinking about your nice, beautiful woman or your car. You're going to be thinking, oh shit, and you're going to be blown up.
Just know that wherever when you came into this life, you came in with nothing. When you leave this life, you're going to leave with nothing.
That's right, that's right.
So everything you have is just vanity, man. Your woman, because you ain't going to take your woman into the afterlife with you, man. You know what I'm saying? Your children and shit, man. When you die, that's it. You leave, your spirit goes to the Most High, and that's it. You know? And it's scary, man. That's why a lot of people, I'm rambling, but you know, this is all spiritual. You know what I'm saying? Out here, man, people don't take the news on board. They don't take on these issues on board too much because it's too deep, man. It's too much for them, man. You know what I'm saying? So they indulge in what they can carry on them shoulders, man. Go ahead, read it, man.
Sirach 18 and 20. Before judgment, examine thyself, and in the day of visitation, thou shalt find mercy.
Read that again.
Before judgment, examine thyself.
Before judgment, examine thyself, man. Because the time of judgment is coming, man. The time of the Lord is going to he's going to judge every man according to his works, man. The time is going to come with the Most High going to put the spirit upon O Assyrian, the rod of mine anger, and the staff in thine hand is mine indignation. I shall send thee against a hypocritical nation.
That's right, that's right.
You know what I'm trying to say? The Lord is going to put the spirit upon these Edomite, these political leaders, okay? These different Edomites that are in positions of authority to give out the order to their soldiers, okay, to make a move on us, man.
Come on.
And they're gonna do it. When they do it, they don't gonna give a shit, man. They're them centurions, they're them Roman centurions.
The same ones that pierced Yahweh Shai.
I was about to say that, man, that pierced Yahweh Shai. Them motherfuckers, when they pierce Yahweh Shai, they don't think, oh shit, I shouldn't do this. They were eating, man, they don't give a fuck, man.
But you know the main Roman general, he knew that the Lord was special though. He was the one that knew. Because the thing with these higher up bankers, they know that we're special. But these regular peons, you know, these cops as well, they don't know that. You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying?
Come on.
So the scripture says, examine yourself, man. If you've done wrong to any brother, you know what I'm trying to say? You know what I'm saying? Try to get on the right terms again with that brother, man.
There you go.
For
Go on.
conscience sake. It was all about conscience.
Go on.
Scripture says, let not your sins weigh you down.
There you go. Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? Make sure you kept the Day of Atonement on point. Because my head, when I was keeping the Day of Atonement, I was thinking, because I had my food right there, innit? I was sitting there thinking,